Hello and welcome back to the channel, Cali Legends Media. Okay, we almost hitting that 7,000 subscriber mark, that goal that we had set for last month. We're down to needing about 74 more subscribers. If you're a frequent watcher and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you become unsatisfied later on, you can always just unsubscribe very easily. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button down below. Set that notification bell on all so you'll be notified whenever we drop a new video or whenever we go live. Okay, let's get right into this content. Now, there's a lot of videos that have been going out on this guy, Tory Lanez, okay? I'd like to say this is the last video I'm going to do on this, but you never know. But this video is going to cover two issues. One of them is Tory Lanez getting out, and the other is answering the question about if the yard should go up over this, Now, let's start off with what the attorneys and what the family's doing for Tory Lanez to get him out of prison. But before I begin, I'm just going to say, they may succeed, but it's not going to be a very quick process. There's steps they have to take. They're going to file an appeal and get the case looked at. If they're able to get this case overturned, then maybe they'll resentence him or retry him or cut him loose. For them to cut him loose, they'd have to just present a really good case that proves his innocence. Right now, what they have is they have a witness that is recanting his testimony about Tory Lanez shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Now, for those of you who don't know who Megan Thee Stallion is, she's a very beautiful young lady who's a performer who was dating Tory Lanez, okay? Tory Lanez is a R&B singer / rapper. I never heard of Tory Lanez until he allegedly shot Megan Thee Stallion. And before that, I never knew who Tory Lanez was. And now, especially that what happened to him in prison, I'll probably never forget who he is now. Anyways, his family's going to go ahead and move forward with the legal actions they need to take, the papers they need to file. I believe they got to file a habeas corpus. Judge needs to check it out and see if there's basis to get him back in court, whether it's to do one of those three, resentence him, or I'm sorry, I got distracted there. Retry him or set him free. Now, I think the family believes that this is going to be a swift process and he's going to be on his way home, maybe from the hospital. I doubt that very much. As soon as he's able to return back to where a type of prison that he was in, and they find a bed for him, I think they'll ship him back. And in the meantime, this process is going to be going on, and see what the judge comes back with. So as far as him getting out anytime soon, I strongly believe that's just not going to happen. Now, the other part of this, or the other side of the coin, is the situation on the yard that Tory Lanez was at. Now, we find out that all this happened behind Tory Lanez making some type of slight towards Sonny's wife, girlfriend, whoever in the visiting room. Somebody was there to see Sonny, and Tory Lanez said something that set Sonny off. So what happened between them, it was a personal thing. It wasn't a racial situation or a gang situation. He was mad at Tory Lanez for what he did, for disrespecting his family. And that's something you don't do. That's Disrespecting an inmate on the yard is one thing, but disrespecting an inmate's family anywhere, but in visiting, like that's big. That's major disrespect, you know. So Sonny got back to his housing and did what he had to do to get strapped up, and he was ready to go in the morning. He was going to handle this, you know, and he did what he did. Now I think more than likely the people in prison are going to figure this out, and especially being that Tory Lanez is no longer on the yard, which means there's not going to be no further incidences between Tory Lanez and anybody. Gives them more reason not to do anything, you know. This was a personal issue. It was personal disrespect. Had nothing to do with black, brown, or any color whatsoever. So, you know, if they're smart enough to figure that out, I doubt if anything's going to happen from this point on. But that yard is very, very violent, very volatile. It's always going off for one reason or another. It's a dangerous place. So, yeah, that could happen for a reason that has nothing to do with Tory Lanez, you know. Dude was stabbed 14 times, got both lungs collapsed, and is in the hospital now. I hear he's joking. They already took the tubes out of his lungs. So he's on his way to recovery. As soon as they're able to get those wounds healing and close them up a little bit, patch them up, and they find bed space, they're going to shoot him right back to wherever they find bed space for him. And in the meantime, his family's going to be fighting for him from out here. He's got a lot of support from family, friends, fans, and he's got his legal team on it. You know, you got to keep in mind that Tory Lanez is a millionaire. You know, his net worth, if you look him up, is over $1 million. So he's got the money to do what he's got to do. As far as the yard goes and people being mad, I think what's going to really upset some people is the fact that he's no longer there, and that's going to have a lot to do with all the money he had, because allegedly he was using that money to help out people there in the yard. You know, however he was doing that, I'm not going to say it. It's been put out there, but I'm not going to say how he was helping out. But he seemed to have been helping out certain people, and I'm sure that those people are gonna be missing that financial help. You know, that he was able to provide for them. Because some people in prison, I'll tell you, man, they don't get visits, they don't get packages, they don't go to the store. Some people got it real rough in there. You know, luckily, no, I didn't have it rough. I was always taken care of, and actually spoiled for the most part. But there's a lot of people that don't have it like that, you know. And then if you don't have no hustle, makes it even worse, you know. And you know, Tory Lanez made a lot of things possible, you know, extra store, you know, whatever, however he was helping out. Let's put it that way. And I'm sure that'll be missed on that yard. But that's what happens when you disrespect somebody's family or you disrespect somebody in prison. If you're a respectful person, that's one way of surviving in prison, man. Because if you're respectful and you're not rude and obnoxious, and you know, you carry yourself well, man, you have a good chance of surviving many years, you know. Anyways, this is gonna be my video for today. Yeah, Tory Lanez ain't going home anytime soon. He has a chance. He does have action. Based on what the guy who testified against him says, they were wrestling for the gun. The gun went off, and it fell, went off again, and through the firing of this gun, Megan Thee Stallion got hit in the toe. Very similar to Kane's situation, but Kane was pointing, had it in his hand, and fired intentionally into the car. Only got 5 years. This dude got 10. So you could see some unfairness there. Nevertheless, judges have the option to give different levels of time for whatever they see in the case. So if they get this overturned and get it back in court, who knows? Maybe they'll resentence him to a lesser charge. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe they will cut him loose if there's a way to prove him absolutely innocent in this. Then yeah, he'll probably go home. But it takes time. It takes time. It's not going to be anytime soon. Anyways, this is my video for today, people. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all the subscribers. Hey, I really appreciate you guys, man. You guys really do me good on the comment section, on the likes. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for the support of this channel, and I hope you continue to enjoy the videos. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the next one.